An NBA insider has just dropped a bombshell report about the New York Knicks as they are currently in trade talks regarding multiple players who have massive impacts on this New York Knicks team. And Knicks fans are not liking that this is going down as they just made the conference finals. And the general consensus is run it back with a bench unit. However, the Knicks have entered trade talks in regards to the two players who you just saw on the screen and in the thumbnail, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 70% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe. We got daily videos like this, plus much more coming out. It's draft season. There's so much going on right now. You do not want to miss out on all that great New York Knicks content, especially with the coaching search going on. There is so much Knicks news. You guys, you want to stay on top of it, make sure you subscribe and have those post notifications on, but let's jump into it. Leon Rose, William Wesley, and the New York Knicks front office is no stranger to making trades one bit. Literally a year ago today, June 25th, my birthday, they made the trade where they acquired Mikal Bridges, Keita Bates-Diop, the draft rights to Juan Vallée, and a 2026 second-round pick for Bojan Bogdanovic, Mamadi Diakite, Shake Milton, a 2025 first-round pick, a 2025 Bucks first-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 first-round pick swap, a 2029 first-round pick, a 2031 first-round pick, and a 2025 second-round pick. That was a mouthful. Also, when you look back on it, that was a lot to trade for Mikal Bridges. There's a lot of picks. Giannis could have been available this offseason. You know, it happened. We made the conference finals. We're looking good. I really hope we win the finals with this core. But Mikal is also due for an extension. It's official. He is extension eligible now that it has been a year since he was traded. Mikal can be extended for a 4-year, $156 million contract extension, and that is a lot of money, but you also spent a lot of draft picks on him, so it's hard to not give him that money, something Mikal and his agent are well aware of. Now, because of all this, Frank Isola mentioned that the impending extension is one of the reasons why Mikal Bridges' name has surfaced in trade discussions, according to several team executives. Mitchell Robinson is another player being discussed in these trades. Now, Mikal Bridges, we'll get to Mitch. Mikal averaged 17.6 points per game last season, putting up 3 rebounds and 3.7 assists. He got a steal per game. He shot 50% from the field and 35% from three, shooting 42% on corner threes as well. Look, Mikal was not bad at all for the Knicks. It was that worth 5 firsts? No. Is winning a finals worth 5 firsts if he's part of your core? Yes, absolutely, and that's always been the goal. Now, there was a problem with Bridges. He seemed very risk-averse last season. There was a weird thing going on where the defense was not that great up until the playoffs, and even against the Pacers, the defense kind of scaled back again. Mikal looked uncomfortable, and maybe he was just overplayed. He was overworked, and that's a serious possibility here that I do not want to there's a chance that Tom Thibodeau overplayed Mikal Bridges, and because of that, Bridges did not play as well because he was exhausted, he was burnt out, he was probably dealing with some nagging injuries, and on top of that, he did not like playing for Tom Thibodeau. It was evidently clear Mikal did not like playing for him. It's one of the reasons why I want Mikal to stick around, because he clearly didn't like playing for Tom Thibodeau. So, okay, here's what you do. You run it back. You have this team run it back with a new head coach, a coach that didn't lose the New York Knicks locker room. Because if you do that, it's likely Mikal has a better season. It's also likely Mikal's defense improves if he's playing around 32 minutes per game instead of 38 minutes per game. So that is something we have to be well aware of. On top of that, Mikal still is a solid player. Do not get it twisted. Mikal is a very, very talented New York Knick who, when at his best, is truly a man who has such a positive impact on winning games. We've seen it before with Bridges. The man has been excellent at a lot of points. He was good in the playoffs for this team. He gave them what they needed. He created his own shot well. He moved the ball well. He was a smart player, and he's been there before. He's been to the NBA Finals. So finding a guy like Bridges on your team who can do all these things, can play excellent defense, can be aggressive, can cause stops, can get steals, can jump out on the break, hit these layups in transition, do all the things that you want Mikal to do, while also just continuing to play that team style of basketball and being absolutely automatic from the corner three, is seriously important for this Knicks team. We saw it in the Pacers series, or not in the Pacers series, we saw it in the Pistons series, we saw it in the Celtics series. Mikal was good. This was the version of Mikal Bridges that the Knicks traded for. A guy who can create his own shot, hit the midi at an elite clip, hit the corner three, play excellent defense, and just have such a positive impact on winning basketball. And that is worth 5 first-round picks, especially if you're going to be winning through all that time. Those first-rounders are not going to be super high-value picks. So what you're seeing is a guy in Bridges who, if the impact on winning is there, and you're winning, and the Nets are picking at 25, it's worth it. But we want the Nets picking at 30 because we want the Knicks to be winning the NBA Finals. However, next year the Knicks have their own pick, so they'd be picking at 30 if they win the NBA Finals. Now, well, it's one of these situations where obviously you don't really want to see Mikal go, but you really don't want to see Mitchell Robinson go. Robinson put up 7.1 points, 7.1 rebounds, 4.7 points, and 1 steal in the 18 games he played in the playoffs. Played 20 minutes in that span, blocked a shot per game as well. He was excellent, shot 60% from the field, got nearly 4 offensive rebounds a night. Mitchell Robinson was so important to this Knicks team as well, and it all cultivated with one of the great moments that we've seen, which is when he stopped literally every single Boston Celtic at once. He shifts all over the court, continues rotating, stops Drew Holiday from driving, gets out to Jalen Brown, makes Jalen Brown uncomfortable, rips the ball out of Jalen Brown's hands, forces a turnover. MSG went nuts. Mitchell Robinson is a lot less replaceable than people think he is. It is really hard to replace that man. I know he's a rim runner. I know that's mainly what he does, but Mitchell Robinson has proven time and time again he is much more than just a rim protector. He is perfect for this team. You are trying to win games, Mitchell Robinson helps you do that. Now, the Knicks right now have 9 players under contract. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Pacome Dadier, Josh Hart, Tyler Kolek, Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Ariel Hukporti will be back. They're probably going to decline that team option, give him a 4-year deal. Kevin McCullough's on that 2-way contract. They're going to give him a 3-year deal, most of it non-guaranteed team options, that type stuff. We're going to see both of those guys find that way. We're going to see, so that's really going to be 11 guys on the roster, not 9. On top of that, they're going to draft someone in the 2025 NBA draft somewhere in that second round. That's 12 guys on the team. You have 3 guys who you have to sign. 2 of those could be minimum contracts, and the other will be the taxpayer mid-level exception. So the mid-level exception is going to be the big thing that you have to do here, unless you're trying to make a bigger splash and you go and you trade one of Mikal or Mitchell Robinson. And I don't think they should. I know the salary situation gets a little bit difficult, but you got to keep these guys around. As Keith Smith mentioned, in many ways, that means the most interesting transactions this summer for the Knicks could come via extension decisions. All 3 of Bridges, Towns, and Mitchell Robinson are extension eligible this offseason. Bridges and Robinson are the most pressing of that trio because they are entering the final years under contract. By all accounts, when Brunson signed an under-market extension to create flexibility for New York, it set the expectation that Bridges would do the same, as Bridges had been traded to the Knicks by then. Using that as our framework, a deal that averages in the range of $35 to $37 million seems in order. Don't be surprised if Bridges signs a slightly shorter extension too. A 3-year deal with a player option on year 3 would align his deal with both Brunson and Anunoby's. That likely is appealing to both the player and the team. Let's mark down something around 3 years and $111 million, $37 million average annual value with a player option on year 3 as the baseline for Bridges. That'd probably be descending money just to make things a little bit easier for the Knicks, and I don't see why Bridges would care. In fact, I don't think he would. And you look at Mitchell Robinson, and as Smith mentioned, Robinson's situation is a lot trickier. He could start with Hart shifting to a super sub role, or Robinson could continue to play a high-intensity backup role. If Robinson is seen as an important backup, but a backup nonetheless, that will limit how far New York will go in an extension. Given the uncertainty in his role, but his importance to the team, a deal around $48 million over 3 years makes sense. That's $16 million average annual value, and the length would align with the Knicks' other long-term deals as well. So it all makes sense there. And Steve Popper did mention on Ian Begley's show, The Putback, the one thing this front office has shown if they don't want to extend you, they're not letting you get to free agency and walk. They're going to find a way to get what they can for you. They did it with Emmanuel Quickly, Julius Randle, and Obi Toppin. And as Popper said, I've felt all along that maybe this was going to be the case with Bridges this summer. The price they paid for him, I'm a believer in that sunk cost theory of economics. Don't worry about what you pay for him. He's not a part of your future. Make the move and get what you can. A new coach coming in, and some of the things that he did in the postseason maybe portends that future will be better for him than much of the regular season. That's worth watching. What's worth watching to me is Mikal Bridges on the Knicks next season, because I think he'll be better with a coach that's not Tom Thibodeau, with a coach that Mikal actually likes playing for. Now, as we saw, Daniel Gafford signed that extension where he's getting around $20 million per year, and as Jonathan Macri said, shout out Macri, that this could be fairly similar to what we see from Mitchell Robinson. And with the trade the Knicks did send for Mikal, I think they're going to be weird about trading him. I know they need to extend him. It's a lot of money. But I believe the Knicks think they could still trade Mikal even after an extension. On top of that, you look at Mitchell Robinson and what he's been able to do. He averaged the most offensive rebounds per minute ever in a postseason run, while on top of that, of 727 players who have 30-plus offensive rebounds in the playoffs since the stat was created 50 years ago, Mitchell Robinson ranks number 1 all-time in offensive rebound percentage at 21%, and third in offensive rebounds per game at 4.1. That obviously did go down at the end. He was tied with Charles Barkley. He was ahead of Shaq, Dennis Rodman, and Charles Oakley. Mitchell Robinson is not replaceable. Mikal Bridges, albeit replaceable, do you really think you're going to get someone who's going to fit the team as well, and also you're going to get something worth it? The only chance you do is if you're trading for Jaren Jackson, and if you can flip Mikal and a few picks for Jaren Jackson, and you want to do it, I understand it, but then you need to find a good amount of wings for this team, so you also have to consider that. I mean, Jackson instantly becomes the starting power forward. You have Mitch off the bench, you have OG as the small forward, and you have Jalen Brunson and probably Josh Hart in that starting lineup, but you could also go Deuce. I know it's a little undersized, but the rest of the Knicks are a bigger team, and also Deuce is a great point of attack defender and a better defender than Hart, so you could do that. There's a lot that's going down. In the end, I don't want the Knicks to trade either Mikal or Mitchell Robinson. I think they should keep the top 7 and go into next year. You just made the conference finals. You were 2 games away from the NBA finals. Don't mess with something that's working and that can definitely work out better with a better coach, especially in a wide open East. Keep what you know can work. Guys, what do you think? What do you want to see happen? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.